Hello, Flosstube. We're the real Housewives of Cross Stitch.
I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Chelsea.
And look at Ronnie's shirt. We're here to talk to you about our stitching this week.
We had a ton of comments, like over 800 comments in the last video, so we just wanted to say thank you so much for participating and putting in where you like to shop. So a lot of you have local needlework shops or not so local that you drive a few hours to visit, and you know the people who work there by name, which is really great. And we encourage you, if you don't have one that's so close to you, you can also call them up and ask for stitching advice, like fabric sizes or to order patterns for you. A lot of them do shipping right to you.
And they're trained professionals. We're just amateurs.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just here every week. Some of the ones that were mentioned quite often is the Stitching Bee up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We stopped there on our way to, where did we go?
Mackinac
Island, and we loved it there. We got a few patterns. A lot of people shop at the same shops we do. So
Black Cat.
Yeah, Black Cat.
Welcome Stitchery.
We'll be excited to see
the
you.
Inspired Needle.
The Inspired Needle. And a lot of you let us know the name of the one in Glen Ellen now that I've forgotten it.
Tomorrow's Treasures?
Yes.
Timeless Treasures, something.
But we've got it in the works. We're going to visit there soon.
Yep.
All right, amongst those comments were some questions. Gail and Deanna wanted to know, do you put any batting in your quilts?
Yes, we use cotton batting, like warm and natural type of a deal. The flannel quilts, we didn't use anything. We just used 2 pieces of flannel. And last week I helped Chelsea make 2 of those flannel rag quilts for her stepdaughters. One was pink, one was blue, and they turned out really cute. And we made both of them in an afternoon on Saturday.
And now the cutting takes a little bit longer. That took me until Valentine's Day.
The snipping of the seams.
Yep, the snipping. But they have special scissors that you can buy.
And we made 2 American Girl doll blankets out of the same material as scraps.
So I used my scraps to make them little doll blankets as well. We bought 7 yards each fabric. With the sale that was going on at Joann's, I was able to get like $16 per quilt, which wasn't bad at all.
But they're still not twin sized, so we don't know how much you need to buy to get it twin sized. Maybe like 9 yards.
Yep.
We're clueless.
Math.
Because those squares, once you do a 9-inch square and then you do the inch seam allowance, it comes down to like 5 inches. I don't know.
Susan wanted to know, how do you cover buttons? So if you go to your sewing store or Joann's, Hobby Lobby, in the notions department, they're metal, but they like snap together, and that's what you would put the fabric over to enclose it around the button. Now, Lori wanted to know, when you attach a stitched piece to a fabric background, how do you attach the stitching to the fabric background? Do you use sheet metal magnets as well, or do you just hot glue them?
I use hot glue.
All right, so she just hot glues it.
And I took apart 2 things this week and redid them, and I could actually peel the hot glue apart with no problems, and nothing was hurt. Everything's good, even though it's on sticky board, that dreaded sticky board.
Amanda wanted to know, how did you learn about caring for chickens before you got them? I am a reader, so I read a ton of books. I also follow the blog Fresh Eggs Daily, The Chicken Chick. I don't know, I didn't know anybody who had chickens. I didn't grow up with chickens. Nobody in my family had chickens. I just kind of wanted them. So I like to read, and I have probably 40 or 50 books on chickens. I mean, down to like Chickens for Dummies is what I purchased. And I was terrified when we went to the feed store to pick up some olive eggers, and my husband wanted to get the ducks because I hadn't read about ducks and I didn't know about caring for them. But they mix right in with the chickens. A lot of you have been giving my chickens some love on Instagram, so I appreciate that. Linda, behind Priscilla, there's a home sign. She thought it was stitched. It's not stitched. Do you wanna... I don't know where you got this.
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. It's not stitched. It would be a cute pattern, though.
It's just wood.
Just a wood block. I don't know how this was up here now.
See, I started taking, well, I took down all my winter, but I started putting out spring, and you can see the bunny dishes up there. I forgot about that.
Yeah. She has as much winter as she does Christmas.
Yeah, I had so much. It took me all day one day and part of yesterday to get it down the basement.
Trisha, not Patty, wanted to know, do you wash your fabric before you quilt?
No.
You're probably supposed to. Listen, we are amateur quilters.
And I wouldn't even call us quilters. We just are messing around and they turn out cute and we like them.
We are hobbyists. That's what we are.
Because we see all these people that really know how to quilt.
And we're like, well, ours look kind of like that. Belinda wanted to know when you started chalkboard designing, what inspired you, and have you drawn on canvas?
No, I have not drawn on canvas. And I can draw on regular paper with pencils and everything, but to me it's not the same as chalk. And chalk I can draw and it looks good. I started, like 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, when the chalkboard craze became popular. I started doing them for my house and just been doing it ever since.
Carly is a knitter over from Legacy Knits. Thank you for visiting with us. She wants to know if we hand stitch the binding on our quilts. We machine bind. Again, listen, we aren't professionals. We machine bind. We quilt with our regular sewing machine, so we machine quilt too.
And I said I wasn't going to make another quilt until I had a walking foot, and I still don't have a walking foot, but I made another quilt. So
I bought a walking foot and I don't use it. So
yep.
Stephanie wanted to know what other floss tubes we enjoy. There's a million. So my first floss tube introduction was Farm Girl.
Yeah.
My mom told me to watch the episode where she had the goats in a tote in her craft room, and I was officially hooked. I like Yvonne the Night Owl Stitcher, Mischievous Stitches, McKenna. I mean, I love everybody.
Yeah, there's so many. And
Heidi.
we try to do a lot of shout outs every week
to get you new people to watch or follow, just because. And then if you go into YouTube and type in Flosstube #1, you can see a lot of people's first videos and kind of get a feel for who they are that way too. And by no means am I limiting my Flosstube selections to just those people. That's just who I have off the top of my head.
We do watch a lot, and I'm bad about commenting because I watch it on my TV and I can't switch to comment on my phone while it's playing on my TV. So if I remember after I get done watching, if I haven't had to do 5,000 other things, I try to comment. So I watch a lot.
And then she screenshots it and sends it to me.
Because you guys keep me company, especially like Trisha, 3 Owl Threads. We need another Stitch With Me video because that helps me get a lot done. You wanted to know whether it was me or her. It's me.
Yeah, she's... I was on Farm Girl's live video just making... I didn't know Mom was watching too. It was very funny. She's like, are you commenting on Farm Girl's post? Because Michelle asked if it was me or Mom, and I said it was me, that Mom was tending to Ronnie being disappointed about her name being a boy's name or whatever. And she's like, I'm on there too right now. Kim, where do you start cross-stitching from the edge? So if you want to Chelsea it, you start right at the edge. But if you don't...
maybe a half an inch.
I give her like 0 room. I'm terrible about it. Okay, so I find the topmost part of my chart. I don't start in the middle of my chart. All the things that you read will say, hey, start in the middle. I don't start in the middle. We give ourselves at least 3 inches.
I don't give myself 3 inches.
2.5.
I'm finishing. This is probably 2 or 1.5 inches. I just start right there. I find it because I know I'm finishing it. I don't need 3 inches that a framer would need, so I start right there.
Yeah, so if you're getting your stuff framed, you do 3 inches.
Yeah.
3 inches.
Or if you're doing it the right way.
Yeah, we just kind of...
We're always trying to save money on fabric, so...
Old and crusty. Everybody loved my comment, old and crusty. I was hoping my stepdad wouldn't watch it. And he came home saying, oh, we watched your video. And I was like, he didn't hear that part, though, so thank. I wasn't just talking about him. I was just making a joke, guys. Okay.
You said you like your men that way, so yours must be that way, too.
Mine is old and crusty. He's not old, but he acts old and crusty. And he'll tell you that, so that's okay. Linda, the lines in your truck window were not charted. Did you change that, and what color did you use? It wasn't charted. That's how Mom did hers.
Yeah, when I did my chalkboard, that's how I did it. And then I stitched it like Kathy had charted it, and I didn't like it, so I took it out and I put the diagonal lines in.
And I just used the same color that I used for my truck wheels, which was DMC 844. A lot of people asked if I use fancy floss for my truck. I'll just show my truck now.
It's on the blog today, too.
It'll be on the blog.
It already is.
Oh, it's on the blog. The truck is stitched in chalk, which is the color for the white. And then I use barn door for the truck, which is called for. The chickens are also
Chalk.
fancy floss. The only thing that I used DMC for were coloring in the wheels.
That's
the
844 DMC.
Yep, the stitch lines for the windows, and then the eyes and the beaks and the hay or straw, whatever you want to call that. I used just a random DMC that I had because I didn't have what was called.
Look how cute it is, though. And the red ticking, and that was a frame from the thrift store. It was 99 cents, and it was painted that color. So, and then we used homespun and black ticking for the bow, and did a covered button. It's adorable.
I was going to
It's
put
on
this
my
as an
blog too,
ornament.
if you want to go look at it.
I was saying I was going to finish it, have her finish it into an ornament for me, but I want it out all the time, so I can stitch another one really quick. I mean, that took me 2 days, so. Alrighty then. Bev J, she uses the binding clips to hold extra fabric while stitching in hand. She just wanted to let you guys know that's an extra tip that she has if you want to roll it up instead of wadding it up like I do. Reverse stitching with Claire. She wanted to know what homespun is. You know, we talk a lot about using homespun, so I looked it up. It's cotton fabric that is woven in a style similar to what primitive women used when weaving fabric at home. So it just has that primitive feel on it. A lot of times you can't tell the front and the back of the fabric.
That's how I consider homespun, is the front and the back are the same on the fabric because it's woven instead of like printed.
Yeah. You'll see a lot of plaids, checks, stripes, that kind of thing with homespun. Okay. Rondo wanted help figuring out fabric size. So for me, I use 28 count, so I always know that I divide, and I stitch over 2. So I know that I divide the stitch count, by 14. And that's how I get the size that my stitching will be on my fabric. So that's kind of what you have to take into account if you're changing the fabric size. There's also a website you can use to
Or you could go to your
estimate.
local needle workshop where the professionals are, and they can
help you size your fabric as well. But then I just add some extra inches along the borders to keep Mom happy. All right.
Shout-outs.
Yep, so we had Helen Dee. She started stitching chalk on the farm. So if you wanted to go watch her video, she is stitching it up. We're excited about that.
What about that? I sent you that what's it?
Textilist.
Textiles or something?
Yes, I'll find it.
She is awesome. I mean, her quilts, she's a quilter. She's a real quilter.
Her fabric stash behind her.
Yeah, just to go look and see her fabric behind her. And she's either just started stitching, I can't remember, or taking it back up again.
Textilist, textile, style, lust.
Ooh, that's a long name.
That's like a tongue twister.
But her video was really good. She's got one video, so go watch her.
Okay.
And remember to tag us in your PC Fresh Eggs Farm
When you've gotten, yeah, so a lot of you
that we know that you're doing it. Okay, so we have a couple of previous finishes, and I don't know if you guys remember if I showed this on the chalkboard, the Country Cottage Needleworks Cottage of the Month chalkboards, or Cottage of the Month cottages, but I put it on that red chalkboard with the chicken, and I wasn't really crazy about it. So I added some red to the back of this, and I did change the colors when I stitched this. I stitched it a couple of years ago, and it is on my blog a couple of years ago if you wanted to see what colors I used. So I had this tray, and I put it on the tray, and I just used the normal magnets so that I can take it on and off. Did a black check bow, and then I used the chalkboard for the Prairie Schooler months. And I love how this looks on here. So I took this off of what I had it on. It was like on a burlap pedestal frame thing. And I think it looks so cute on here. I am going to paint this either black or white. I haven't decided. But I love it on there. It fits perfectly. And it's great that it's raised up. And it's got the chicken up on the top. And it's just so cute. And I can change out a bow every month. But that's it.
Okay.
And then for a finish this week, I did the Lovely Home.
I love this one.
From Country Cottage Needleworks. And I don't know if you remember, around Christmas I did the one with the
Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
'Tis the Season, I think it was called. and I put it on the cupcake tin. So I did the same where I used magnets, so I took it off and I added a bow out of a couple of different fabrics and ribbon, and then I cut hearts out of book pages and did a little garland two-sided down the front of it. I just love how it looks. And I did change the colors on this too, and all that information is on my blog, Instagram.
Sometimes you have to change the colors in order for it to fit in your decor. If you want it to be something that you can display every year all the time, you might have to change
Because
a few colors.
it was pink, and I really liked it pink, but that wouldn't go in my kitchen if I want to keep this out past Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, it's fine to be pink, but if I want to put this in my kitchen, the aqua and the red are perfect.
Yeah.
So, whips.
My previous finish, I already showed you, but I just want to
It's
show
not
you
your
again.
previous finish,
Or
it's
my
your finish.
My finish. Well, that's your finish. So this is from Mom and Kathy's new design. It's just part of it in the bottom. I stitched it on the tea coffee dyed Monaco. So just to show you another representation of the different fabric choices that you can do if you're not comfortable with black.
And we have been seeing a lot of different colors that people are trying to stitch it on. So.
Which is awesome. We love seeing that. Okay.
And I, too, am stitching just the truck for a gift, but I'm doing it on the black. So this is how far I got. And I'll finish this up and do it in a cute frame, and it's going to be a gift.
Michelle, Farm Girl, we got new shirts, just so you know. They match. We needed a wardrobe change.
And then I'm working on Gingerbread Village. I did this, started the second one, I finished the first.
Again,
That's from
she's
Country Cottage Needleworks.
changing the colors. They're
Yeah.
on her Instagram and on her blog.
This is Little House Needleworks Needle Workshop, and I finished this the other night. Remember, I'm trying to do one of these a month, and one Gingerbread Cottage a month, and one of the Farmhouse Christmas a month, which I haven't started yet, and I'm hoping to start tomorrow.
You really Chelsea'd this border on here.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm finishing it, so I know. And then today I started, what is this called? Spring Frolic at Bunny Hill. And I am changing some of the colors, but it'll be similar. And I got a couple of the letters and start on the flowers. And I'm doing that on the tea coffee dyed fabric.
I'm going to start this one soon. We both have this pattern, so.
Oh, and here was that lovely home. I was looking for it to show you the difference between mine and...
Hopefully you could see that. All right, so for whips, well, I want to show my mom's finish on this too. So this is one of the baby receiving blankets that my mom was crocheting the ends on. I did like a zigzag. It was kind of like a serger seam. I don't have a serger, but on my sewing machine, there was some fancy stitches that kind of seem more sergery-ish. So I did that around the edges. It's a yard of fabric, and then she used the crochet cotton to
You do a
crochet
blanket
border.
stitch around it with a big needle, and then you crochet into the blanket stitch.
So, fancy it up. This baby's gonna
I
be
will end
styling.
up putting those on my blog with the link to the edging that I used.
Okay. And then my whips this week, my first one I have started. So I forgot to mention them last week and I felt terrible. I had mentioned that so many people had tagged me in Twin Peaks Primitives Instagram post when they posted the home is where my chickens are, and so they emailed me and said, oh, we would love to send it to you. So they sent me the pattern. This is what it looks like. So I've started up here. I call him Rudy Roo. I've started stitching my Roo.
It's cute.
They also sent me something else. I'm gonna start stitching it before I show it to you though, but excited. And then what I'm still working on, that's taking me forever. Guys, I feel like such a princess now. I look at my Ziploc project bags and I'm like, I love my project bags. But I also love a million other hobbies, so I don't have time for a project bag right now. Okay, I'm still working on April wordplay. So a lot our viewers are looking for these. So if you're a shop owner and you have any of these in stock, I would recommend putting it in the comments so we can mention you and they can call you and order them because they're looking for word plays. They're hard to get on some of the websites that people order from. So if you've got them, we'll shout you out so we can help our peeps find them. But I just put a bunch of stuff on one fabric. Okay, but I am almost done with this. I've got a little beehive and some flowers to do down here, a couple more words, and I will be all set. Again, I just started with April because I was really inspired by the bunnies. I should have done March, but...
He would be cute just to do by himself, too.
He is cute. And you backstitch seeds on the wagon, so that I haven't
cute
done that
in my
yet.
tiered tray. If I just did that little...
Yeah, made him a little cutie.
Ronnie's trying to make sure you see her shirt.
Oh my god. She almost bit me putting on the shirt, but now she wants to show it off. So again, I will be starting the Spring Frolic at Bunny Hill. Oh, I want to show what I got at... Are you going to show your string quilt?
Just keep going.
That's all I have. That's all I have. For whiffs. I am slow this week. I was too busy taking photos with my chickens.
Okay, so last week she made me sew.
So somebody in the comments had recommended muslin, to sew the strips onto muslin. So that's what she did. She did the diagonal strips onto
I didn't like the
muslin.
freezer paper.
No, it's too many steps for her. So I have to be here to supervise her to make sure that she irons in between each step, because if I didn't, she wouldn't iron in between. This is what I'm talking about. We're amateur quilters. So if you're a quilter, just sorry. They're beautiful, they're homemade, and I absolutely love them. So she ordered her second jelly roll of this, and she'll be able to...
and hopefully we're going to get it all sewn up today.
Yeah. We've got
Because I got half of it done Sunday, right?
Yep. I didn't feel like sewing on Sunday. I wasn't feeling the best. So
she was ironing for me.
Helped her iron and helped her cut stuff. So, good. My string quilt is still a work in progress. Yesterday...
Show them your fabrics that you got.
Yeah, yesterday we went to Joann Fabrics. I just wanted a sack of floss because it's on sale, so I got my Priscilla sack of floss.
I got some too, but I mostly got white, black, ecru. All boring.
It's on sale, and there was an extra 20% off coupon. Just so. And then I have to peruse the fabrics just because. So I got some... I'd say they're like rustic-y. We plan on making 4th of July quilts. I know I have that red, white, and blue one. Okay. But I think this will be perfect for that. Okay, and then... Oh my gosh.
I got a yard of this too.
How cute is it?
I tried to get enough of this to do the back of the string quilt, but they didn't have enough.
But so I had her cut a yard, and then I was looking at the lonely bolt sitting there because it only had a little bit left, and she's like, okay, well, you could get 50% off the remnant, whatever, end of bolt, whatever it is, you know. I was like, okay, just say. It's so cute. And then she's like, you could make like curtains in your chicken coop with it. I was like, stop giving me ideas. Like, if I went to my husband and said, hey, I need you to hang these curtain rods in the chicken coop. Oh, have mercy. All right, so that's what I got at Joann's yesterday. That's my haul.
I only got one thing for haul, and I got it from Jen's Stitching Niche on Etsy. And it's...
Jen, we're real sorry. Okay, we just don't know how to say the word. We don't. And we watch your videos, so we hear you say it, and we know how we should say it. We just like niche.
We just like to say it 12 times.
So it's La-Di-Da Briar Rabbit. I had seen this in Welcome Stitchery, and I was like, oh my goodness, I really love that. That's really cute. And
I
she's like,
said, oh,
I have that. And I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't have it.
She went home. She's like, you know that one I said that I had? I didn't have it.
Yeah, so that was my haul. And then we got the most amazing gifts from the one and only Farm Girl.
I fangirl whenever Farm Girl mentions me or does anything for me. I just fangirl.
Okay,
Look
so
at
this is my favorite fabric ever because there's a Ronnie and a red truck on it. And we even have some of this because we were, you know, if we ever make a project bag, this is what I want. and she made me a project bag out of it.
With a little scissor fob and an oinker.
And then this other one that looks Christmassy and farmy.
This is the same one that Yvonne has. So we now have 20 bags.
But how nice is that she sent us each 2 of these bags. And they're so beautifully sewn, and we just love them.
Look at this chicken. I just want to wear this as like an earring. Just one earring.
Just get your nose pierced and let it hang.
No. And then my chickens. Somebody asked what kind of chickens I have. I listed them all out on Instagram. It takes me a while because I have such an assortment. Then we got a gift from Donna McKinney. Thank you so much. So
she
I
sent
recognize
us 3
these.
prairie schoolers, and then she sent us some of these animals. And my husband had just bought us some of these last week, so now we got the whole set.
Yeah, we didn't have any of these, so I was really excited. I think I recognize them from Cracker Barrel, right? That's where you guys got them. Yeah. And these are like right up our alley. So we have tons of trays, and
she won one of our giveaways on of the fabrics that we gave away, and she sent those to us, and that was so nice of her. We appreciate that.
We do. I feel
Okay,
like we're
so
just
what else?
Mod Podged right now. Okay, so
You didn't show that whip, or you didn't do any on it?
I didn't do any of it. So we're not kidding when we say that Rit dye, I feel like, shrinks some stuff. So I have my bunny in here, and somebody had said that she did kind of a test on some fabric to see, you know, Monaco is cotton, right? It's all cotton. So to see if that was the deal, and she thinks it was as well, that it shrinks a little bit. Some of the holes, I mean, you can't see. Okay, and then we have
a giveaway. We'll announce the winners of the last week's giveaway after this, okay?
yeah. So, okay, let me.
So I was contacted by this company. It's called the Floss Inn. She contacted me on Facebook. She has a
Julie.
website.
So Julie at the Floss Inn, we had mentioned that I had shown you guys how Mom handles her floss.
And I'm sure that's why she contacted us.
Just kind of, somebody said it reminded them of Kermit the Frog going nuts, and that's exactly what it is. So she sent us this 20 pocket floss organizer. You can see how it works. She has a YouTube video at theflossinn.com.
And we'll link it below.
Yep.
But she asked if she could send one, and I said, yes, send it, and we will use it as a giveaway. So one of you is going to win this, and it's a $79 value.
Yeah. So
and
right
these
now,
are all the little spool things that you wind your thread on, and then you stick them in here, and there's a hole where your threads come out, so it's all organized.
Yep, and your extra pieces go in these little
This is
pockets.
for a needle, and then you can roll it up, and this goes around it so that it's all rolled up.
And she has different sizes on her website. She has like 100
And look at the
pocket.
cute cherry fabric.
I was just telling Mom how obsessed I was with cherry fabrics.
But this is from theflossinn.com.
Yes. And so the question that we're going to have you answer below in the comments.
And don't say giveaway. Be a subscriber. Go over and check out our website.
So the question that we're going to ask is how you store your floss now. If you're...
I store my floss good. It's just when I have it out in a project, it gets a little bit lumped up. But then I untangle it all and I put it all away.
How you store your floss now. That's what we're going to have you answer.
But this is awesome. So one of you is going to be lucky and win it.
Okay. And then we have 2 giveaways from last week. As you know, we are giving away Hands-On Designs collaboration with Mom for
2 of them.
Chuck on the Farm.
Yep. And keep tagging us. We've been seeing people getting them. Keep tagging us. We'd love to see them. We'd love to see your progress.
All right.
The chickens are cute.
Yeah, and you can take different pieces of it and make separate things. Like she's making ornaments or making a small frame. So you can use it for many things. Okay. So the winners are, if I call your name, make sure that you get a hold of us some way. So on her blog, on Facebook, you can private message me on Instagram.
There'll be links below for our Instagram, our Facebook, everything.
Susan Pearson is the first winner, so congratulations. And then the second winner is Stitchin' Farm Wife. So congratulations. Woo! Reach out to us so we can get these out to you. We want to get them out to you as soon as possible so you can start stitching it. Stitch it when you get it.
Yep, stitch it when you get it.
All right.
So, if you get your inspiration from us, please tag my blog, tag us, show us what you're doing so we can see. And follow us on Instagram at Priscilla Blaine, at Chelsea356, Priscilla's2000 on Facebook, Priscilla's2000.blogspot.com. Enter the giveaway, but don't say giveaway. Check out her website. Be a subscriber.
Yeah.
Like the video.
Like our new shirts. Just kidding. I want to show everybody my baby bump because Mom said it was the size of a pea, and people are like, that's not the size of a pea. So they thought you were literal. So if you see my Instagram, so I don't have much of a belly yet. That's me.
She's really skinny.
Yep, so I'm very small. So this to me is like carrying around 12 bowling balls. Huh. Only 19 weeks though.
And you should all be her mother and just listen to her.
I come here and I get gourmet meals. This morning for breakfast I got biscuits and bacon. So it's just wonderful. You can hear the Nerf guns going off.
Do you see my eye just like
twitching? I have this pain in my stomach and I'm like, what is it? I'm Googling all sorts of things.
I think she pulled a muscle.
Right, and I'm telling my husband, I think I have appendicitis. I mean, it's just bad.
And we have to go because we have a lot of little eyes staring at us waiting for their next meal. So we'll
All
see
right,
you next
we'll
week.
See you next week.
Bye.